Alright, welcome again. This is the fourth and final part of the anime and DVD Blu-ray collection. I've been having a lot of trouble filming this part and it's been really annoying, but hopefully this will finally be the time. This is the fifth time of trying to record this section of the collection, so hopefully this will go good. Alright, and let's just jump right into it. We're going to be getting into something pretty dark, and it is Deadman Wonderland. Deadman Wonderland is an insane series. It's got super amounts of gore. It's got a bunch of swearing. Like Deadman Wonderland, it does not pull any punches. It just goes for it. It is intense. It is a crazy series. If you haven't seen it and you're fine with like all that stuff, I totally recommend it. It's really cool. Like it's a rad series. I think the characters are just like a lot of fun. They're really cool. And yeah, like if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Shiro and Ganta are such cool characters. Yeah, it's a very cool world they have in it too. Sadly, it got canceled after like 12 episodes and ends on a pretty bad cliffhanger, so that's definitely lame. I hope one day a company comes and decides to adapt to the rest of the story, because it's a really cool story. And next we have Black Lagoon, and Black Lagoon Second Barrage. This is another series that just does not hold anything back. It swears. They shooting guns and you see like people get like just holes blown into their head. Like it's insane. Again, if you're fine with that, definitely give Black Lagoon a watch. I recommend it more than Deadman Wonderland because this show actually lasts like over 20 episodes. Like it gets like a full season in. And it ends at a good point. Like, it honestly could be the end of the series. It doesn't feel like this big, massive cliffhanger like Deadman Wonderland. And, I haven't seen the OVA Roberta's Blood Trail yet, but I'm really excited to watch it, because Roberta's a really cool villain in the episodes that she's in. And Revy herself is just a really cool, like, female lead. Like, the relationship between her and Rock is really fun to watch. Alright, next we have a series that's about a dandy guy in space. Space Dandy! Space Dandy is a really crazy anime because it basically takes everything I love about anime and kind of just turns it all upside down. The best way to explain it, this show's crazy. It's insane. You watch episode 1 and you know what you're in for. This show does not take itself seriously. It's just a very fun ride to go on. And this is the complete season 1 box set. Inside of it is Space Dandy Season 1 and Space Dandy Season 2. And they're both great. Space Dandy's such a fun show to watch. Definitely, if you haven't seen Space Dandy, definitely check it out, because it is just absolutely fantastic. Alright. And next, something I haven't really got to talk about all that much, but I'm a really huge fan of it, is Sailor Moon. I am a huge Sailor Moon fan. I watched through it last summer with Caleb. I enjoyed it all the way through. Like, I was having so much fun. Caleb got kind of sick of it because of the Monster of the Week formula. If you're not new to this channel, I reviewed nearly every single season of Power Rangers, and I still watch and keep up with Power Rangers. I just don't review the seasons anymore. So I was all in for Sailor Moon. I thought it was a ton of fun. Definitely my favorite of the Sailor Guardians is Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury, and Sailor Venus. With Sailor Moon and Sailor Venus being a bit above Mercury, but Mercury's great. I love all of them so much, though. They're such great characters, and they're so much fun to watch. So yeah, and that is season 1 of Sailor Moon. And then we have Sailor Moon R, which is the second season. And this is where all the stuff with like Chibiusa starts coming in, which I thought was super cool and fun. And then we have Sailor Moon R the movie. And it's a pretty good movie. I like the villain. I thought was pretty cool. And I like how it tied into Mamoru's past and childhood. So yeah, definitely, like, all the Sailor Moon movies are, like, pretty entertaining, so if you haven't seen any or, like, you skipped one, definitely go back and check them out, because the Sailor Moon movies are really fun to watch. Then we got Sailor Moon S, which is Sailor Moon Season 3. This season is an absolute ton of fun. because the monster designs, they just go all out for them, because it kind of takes a Power Rangers approach where they just kind of take like random objects and turn them into monsters. And I thought that was a lot of fun. It was really good. And we got Sailor Moon S, the movie. And underneath the slipcover is a really cool poster for the movie. And this movie's also really, really good. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out as well. Because I think Sailor Moon are the movies probably the weakest of all the movies. And then we got Sailor Moon Super S. Parts 1 and 2, the 4th season. This season's just about my favorite. The villains can get a bit annoying, but once you kind of like get over that factor, it's just a really good season. I love where they go with Chibiusa and Pegasus. And I really like the powers that they get in this season. It is very, very good. I really liked it a lot. Then we have Sailor Moon Super S, the movie. And just like the last one under the slip cover is a really cool poster. This, by far, best of the Sailor Moon movies. This one was really, really good. I just enjoyed it start to finish. So definitely, if you haven't seen any of the Sailor Moon movies, definitely check out this one, because this one is really, really good. I liked it a lot. And then we have Sailor Moon Sailor Stars, which is the 5th and final season of the original Sailor Moon series. Yeah, it's another pretty good season. It starts out like really, really good. And then I thought like the villains are really cool in this season, but I thought overall it was one of the weaker seasons, but it's definitely still so, so good. I enjoyed it a lot. Then we have Sailor Moon Crystal Season 1. I haven't watched all through this yet. I took a break from Sailor Moon like after finishing the original series. And I've only seen the first 2 episodes of Sailor Moon Crystal at this point, because there was something that came up that I'll mention in a minute. So yeah, I've only seen like the introductory episodes for Usagi and Ami, but I was enjoying it for what it was. You know, it's just like it's a remake of the original series. So I'm excited to see like what they change, or kind of like what they skip, what they keep. Because I love Sailor Moon, so I'm up for anything that gives us like slightly new content. We got Sailor Moon Season 2, Sailor Moon Crystal Season 2, and then Sailor Moon Crystal Season 3. And of course, once I finish these, I'm definitely going to watch the Sailor Moon Eternal movies on Netflix. Which I just want to say, I hope that from them getting put on Netflix, I hope that doesn't affect them getting put on like Blu-ray and DVD. Because like, you know, we have some things, like you get like the Beginning, where that was on Blu-ray, and like, you know, they put like the Castlevania series on Blu-ray. But then it's like you have something like what they had to do with the new Baki. Sentai Filmworks got in, they're putting it on Blu-ray, but they had to change the dub, which is so weird. And I hope Viz made a good deal to where they still get the right to put them out on Blu-ray, because I'm gonna be really mad if that's the case, because like if it's not the case, because like legit we just learned that Stone Ocean JoJo Part 6 is going to be on Netflix. And it's like if it gets stuck on Netflix and they don't allow it to come to Blu-ray, I'm going to get so mad. Because I absolutely love collecting JoJo and Sailor Moon. And if they take those away from me, I'm going to be pretty mad at Netflix, not even going to lie. And then we have Inuyasha, the 1st season. And then we have Inuyasha, the 2nd season. Inuyasha is a really good series. Inuyasha, the 3rd season. Inuyasha Season 4. Inuyasha Season 5. Inuyasha Season 6. And Inuyasha Season 7, which is the final season of the original Inuyasha series. Inuyasha's so good. It's got such cool characters. It's got such a cool story. It's got a really, like, fun love triangle to watch. Like, and it's just... there are multiple couples in the show, and they're just really fun to watch, like, their relationships grow. Because, you know, when it comes to, like, movies and stuff, I couldn't care less about romance and all that stuff. And whenever it comes to anime, I enjoy it. I love watching it. They portray it in such a cool way. And yeah, Inuyasha is just a fantastic series. And the complete Inuyasha movie collection. All the movies are so good. If you haven't seen the Inuyasha movies, but you've seen the series, definitely check them out because they go all out for these movies. And the movies on here is Affections, Touching Across Time, The Castle Beyond the Looking Glass, Swords of an Honorable Ruler, and Fire on the Mystic Island. Definitely the best of all those is Swords of an Honorable Ruler. That one blew my mind. It's got the coolest fights, just everything about that movie is so cool, but they're all really good. The weakest I'd definitely say is the fourth movie, The Fire on the Mystic Island, but it's still good for like what it is and the story it tells. So like definitely check out the Inuyasha movies if you've watched the show. And then we have Inuyasha, the final act. Me and Caleb are currently watching this because the reason why we stopped Sailor Moon Crystal after just 2 episodes is because we learned that Yashahime was going to start playing on Toonami. So we just dropped that. We had already been watching through Inuyasha, but just kind of at a slower pace. But then we just dropped everything. And it's like, alright, we're only going to watch Inuyasha now. So we've just been like watching through the series to catch up. And Yashahime is currently playing on Toonami right now. So once we finish this, we're just going to watch the episodes of Yashahime on Hulu that have already aired, and then we'll just watch it each week from there. Because even though we could just keep watching it on Hulu, I like supporting Toonami. And I think it's just fun to watch anime on cable television. I think it's fun. I love Toonami so much. It's what got me into anime to begin with, and I continue supporting it to this day. And then we have Outlaw Star, and this is the Funimation Classics version. Caleb got this for me for Christmas a couple years back. I barely knew anything about the show. Most of the shows we get on DVD and Blu-ray, we barely even know most of the time. Then we just watch it, it's like, yep, this is awesome. So yeah, Outlaw Star is a very cool series, and I really like it a lot. It's got a lot of cool characters and cool story. And then we have bang! Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is an absolute legend. It's one of those shows, it's like what I said back about Evangelion. It's like, even if you just know the slightest bit of anime, you know what Cowboy Bebop is, and you know it's opening, because it's legendary and iconic. Cowboy Bebop, again, just one of those shows, just bought on DVD. Didn't know hardly anything about it other than Spike Spiegel was played by Steve Bloom, who is just an absolute legend. Just watched it and absolutely loved it. And I'll just go ahead and tell you right now, I'm not excited about the live-action Netflix one. I think, like, anime is just something I can watch. It tells stories that I would not normally be interested in if it's live-action. But they animate it in such a way that I'm just fully invested. So, something like Cowboy Bebop, if it had been live-action to begin with, I probably wouldn't have cared that much. But it being anime was one of the reasons why I just liked it. They have a way of telling a story that is just unique to anime. And Cowboy Bebop, I just don't think it'll be that interesting in live action. And I'm sure they'll change things and just do different things. And yeah, I'm not excited about it at all. I mean, the actor they got for Ein, he looks like he'll do a good job. So, yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say about Cowboy Bebop. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And then we have Trigun. This show is really good. I don't know why I group them together. I guess they're all just kind of like cowboy-ish things. But out of Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop, and Trigun is my favorite. I thought Trigun had the best characters. I liked all the characters. I thought they were just all super cool to watch. And Trigun told, like, it was the most, like, connected between episodes of telling, like, a full-on story. Outlaw Star and Cowboy Bebop, they kind of go into, like, more of an episodic type thing, which is really fun to watch, and not saying that's a bad thing whatsoever. But Trigun was definitely more like telling a singular story, and that's what I really liked about it. And it's crazy because it's one of Johnny Young Bosch's like first roles, and he just like instantly landed a main character, and he kills it in this show. Like, it is so good. If you haven't seen Trigun, definitely check it out because it is so good. I haven't seen Trigun Badlands Rumble or the Cowboy Bebop movie Knocking on Heaven's Door, but I want to see both of them really soon. And next we got Samurai 7. Now, I have not seen the original movie by Akira Kurosawa, Seven Samurai, But this show, 100%, it made me want to watch it. Because Samurai 7 is absolutely amazing. All the characters are fantastic. Absolutely amazing story. It's such a good series. Like, if you haven't seen Samurai 7, definitely check it out. Because it is absolutely fantastic and incredible. And if the movie Seven Samurai is just a bit like this, I'm sure I'd love it. Because I'm sure, like, there's definitely things that they changed, I can just tell. But if the characters are at least just a little bit similar to how they are in this show, I'm sure they're all extremely likable. Because the characters in this show just blew my mind. This show, in general, is just such an amazing series. Definitely check it out if you haven't. Next we have Eureka 7. I haven't seen this series yet, but hopefully we'll be watching it pretty soon. And that is part 1. And here's Eureka 7 part 2. It's animated by Studio Bones, so I'm sure it'll be absolutely amazing. Like, any show they do is just, like, absolutely incredible. Bones also did Space Dandy, and that show's animation is, like, insane. According to the back of the box, though, it's the greatest love story ever animated. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, like I said about Inuyasha, I love love stories and triangles whenever it's done in anime, so I'm sure I'll really, really like this show. I'm really excited to watch it. And speaking of the greatest love story ever animated, we have Darling in the Franxx, Part 1, and Darling in the Franxx, Part 2. I see Darling in the Franxx get kind of a bad rap every now and then on the internet, and I do not understand why. I love Darling in the Franxx so much. I saw it advertising on Crunchyroll like back when the show was first premiering in Japan, and I thought it looked extremely dumb. I was like, oh, this looks stupid. I ain't gonna watch this. And then you know what? I gave it a try on Funimation now. Still didn't really like it when I watched the first episode. Then I watched episode 2, and I was like, alright, I'm getting kind of into this, and then I bought it on Blu-ray, and I absolutely love Darling in the Franxx. It is such a good series. I wish people weren't so mean to it, because I think it tells a really incredible story. 02 is one of my favorite female characters ever in anime. She's absolutely such a cool character. And yeah, if you haven't seen Darling in the Franxx, definitely check it out, because I think it is such a great, amazing series. Alright, next we have The Ancient Magus Bride. Now, I didn't know, like, anything about this show. It was literally, the Blu-ray was at Walmart, and it was just like, yeah, sure, we can pick it up and see what it is, and it ended up being really good. It tells a really different kind of story to what I see in most anime, and the story and characters are just absolutely amazing. Like, it's such an interesting series. So if you haven't seen Ancient Magus Bride, definitely check it out, because it's really, really good. Next we have Akame ga Kill. Akame ga Kill is insane. Like, if you don't know anything about this show, I didn't hardly know anything about the show. I just watched it and it blew my mind. So, like, legit, if you know hardly anything about it, I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix, so just watch it on there. We just bought it on Blu-ray and watched it, and man, like, it's so crazy. It's insane. It has really, really good characters. The villains are really cool. The story's, like, super interesting. So yeah, Akame ga Kill is a really good series. Alright, and last but certainly not least, we have Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Now, I'd heard this show was coming out, and I was like, toilet? That's weird. But, well, the DVD just happened to be at Walmart, and I was like, oh, toilet? That's funny, and I bought it and watched it, and it's an amazing show. The show is so good. Like I've said before, I only watch, like, English dubs of anime, but man, the English dub to this show is so, so good. Tia Ballard as Nene is so cute. Having Justin Briner be Hanako, like, it's just, like, it's such perfect casting. This show is so good. Like, even though it has the word toilet in it, like, don't let that, like, kind of, like, throw you off. It's a really good show. The story and characters are so amazing. The art style is so beautiful. It's like Toilet Bound Hanako-kun is just such a good series. Like, don't write it off because it says toilet. Seriously, give it a chance. Try it out. Watch it. It is so good. Alright, and that is all for the DVD and Blu-ray anime collection. I hope you enjoyed this series. I actually have more anime DVDs coming in the mail pretty soon, so once all of those arrive, I'll probably do like an update video and just let you know what I get. And anime is just like a little drop in the bucket of the DVD and Blu-ray collection that I have. Got a lot of different live action movies, animated movies, American cartoons. So maybe eventually I'll go through and I'll make more parts to this and just show you the other stuff that I have on DVD and Blu-ray. Whether you want it or not, I'm going to make it, so I don't really care. So until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.